Hello everybody and welcome back to Animal Crossing City Folk. We have snow on the ground and it's snowing. Ah! I love this. Because this means we likely have snowballs on the ground now. Which means we can very likely make snowmen now. Also, I apologize if my voice is kind of different. I am a little congested. Which is great. Hopefully it clears as I'm talking, but I don't know. Let's see if we have a scallop. Pretty sure we should have some scallops around. Here's the scallop. Let's get some more of the pirate set. Hey, Pascal. This is a good way to start a video. Oh man, standing is so tiring. Hey, can I share a little something with you? Sure. The man of war is actually a total pacifist, man. And it's not even a man. Right on. Hey, hooking her up with a scallop, would you, man? Yeah, I mean, take it. Look, man, I'm giving it to you. Oh, wallpaper. And now he returns to the ocean. And we ponder the sea view. The only issue I think I'm gonna have with the snowballs, if they're around, or if they're even a thing in this game, they may not be, I don't know. But we have a lot of trees everywhere, and they can be quite temperamental when it comes to snowballs. I know it was rather difficult, like, when doing, anyone who's watched Wild World already knows, but for those who haven't, when doing that series, quite often I would, yep, there, oh, that is like the worst spot for one to be. No. Ooh. Just gotta take it nice and slow. Oh. Whoa, whoa. I don't know if these can break, but yeah, that's what trees cause, is them to break. Now, a thing you need to be careful about is you don't want it to be too big or too small. Basically, your snowballs need to be a good proportion to each other. Assuming this works like Wild World did. Really hope the other one isn't snug against a wall as well, because that is literally the worst. I was thinking of trying to counter that happening by just attempting to, by now, having flowers planted around the entire border of the town. And, like, you know, areas like this as well, but I had a feeling that I wouldn't be able to keep up with that. I probably could have, I'm lazy. Really hoping to find the other snowball. And I swear, if one ends up being, like, right next to the river, that's gonna suck. This is also, I believe, the time of year when we can catch dung beetles. I don't know if we have one yet. I don't honestly remember if I've managed to catch a dung beetle yet. A thing to note about snowballs, and this is a thing that I believe has been always a thing. If you roll them across dirt, they will shrink. So if you ever need to reduce the size of one, roll it across like dirt, and it will shrink. As opposed to in real life, where it'll just pick up dirt and become a very dirty snowball, and that's all it does. But for those who have never built a snowman before, you might think that actually would be a good way of reducing the size of it, because it makes sense. It wouldn't be gaining more size, but it actually kind of does, because it picks up dirt. It just gets a nice coating of dirt. Which was the most evil thing to do ever in, like, a snowball fight, when there's, like, really wet snow. You make your snowball, and then you just kind of do a brief roll through some, like, dirt, and then roll some more snow around it to pack things down. That was evil, because there would be little rocks and stuff in the snowball now. And the layer of dirt would also make it more durable. Which, yeah, made it hurt a lot. It's not something I ever did, but I do know how to do it. Well, I suppose I did do it when I was, like, just throwing snowballs around on my own. Because that's what I did a lot, because I was a lonely child. A lot of siblings, but they're all, like, 7 to 8 years older than me. So... I was a very lonely child. Especially because I wasn't that great at making friends. And there were also quite a few rules about friends coming over as well. As in, because there was so many of us, we basically got a weekend, and that was it. Like, every person got a weekend. I'll just leave that there for the moment. I'm gonna pop into the Able Sisters. I don't know where the other snowball is. Oh, well, that looks like an edgy shirt. Still really wish I could find a red one. Like, how hard is this, Mabel? Sable. Like, look right there. That material. Make me a shirt. I'm terrible at designing things. And I'm just kind of hoping that the building of the snowman works the same as it did in the other games. It'll probably have little quirks about it that are different, and I'm gonna probably mess up this first snowman because of that. But I'm gonna give it a good try. Apologize. I'm still kind of congested. I get the feeling I'm getting sick, and I should, after I finish this, go and drink some feel-good juice. I would just take Buckley's, but we're kind of low on that at the moment, so... That's the thing where I'll be saving it for when I'm actually sick, and the feel-good juice is... Oh, here's the other one. Okay. This is sketch. Okay. Now take it across the bridge. See how it kind of shrank down a bit there? Yeah, bridges also work. Bridges can make it a bit uncontrollable though, so that's a thing to keep in mind. I think I want that a little bigger. No, let's just try it. I live! Yes! Hello world, here I am, living, breathing, loving, and learning. But it's kinda it, huh? I'm not, for example, gonna win beauty contests or become a snow model, am I? Oh, I messed it up. Oh well. At least you can tell I am a unique, handmade snowman. Not one of those mass-produced ones. I'll never be the best-looking guy on the block, but I can still lead a long and fulfilling life. Well, at least he's not mad about it. I wanted the head a little bigger. Looking at it now, I wanted the head bigger. Assuming the head actually changes size, and that's just not how the head always looks. We just need the King of the Cosmos to tell him how beautiful he is, and he'd be fine. That was like the best stage in We Love Katamari, was building the snowman. Especially if like you were playing multiplayer. Because like the rest of the stages, you're basically having to try and coordinate with the other person. When quite often the other person's probably not telling you what they want to do. They're just trying to do it. So you just have to kind of watch what way they're trying to move the ball. And you've got to try and match them because you're both controlling the same Katamari. But that snowman stage, you both had separate ones. And one was making the body, the other was making the head. And I don't remember if there was a way of knowing who was doing what. Which was great. I remember having a snowman with an absolutely minuscule body and just giant head. It was great. That was from a moment of me playing it by myself, because I would do that. I liked building two snowmen, well, the two snowballs. So I'd often just play by myself. Plus, you know. It was generally difficult to actually play a game with an older sibling. Partly because, as I was, like, one of my older brothers, as I was getting older, stopped playing games with me because he stopped winning all the time. And I would quite often actually win. And the other stopped because he could see the writing on the walls of that I was getting better. And he'll still occasionally play games with me, like, you know, I've played StarCraft 2 with him a fair bit. And like, I'll come away even just in my head thinking of just how much dead weight he was. Because, like, I spent far too much time trying to get really good at StarCraft 2. And I imagine if I had managed to keep up with my practice schedule, I would be probably Masters, Grandmasters by now. Well, higher Masters. I got 2 Masters, I just stopped. Because I was kind of getting a bit wrecked. Oh, another fossil. Okay. But, yeah, like... And my older sister just generally doesn't play many games. Or if she does, she'll play them on her own. So... There's really no playing games with her. And also the games she tends to play are things like Harvest Moon, and that's purely single player anyway. I could never understand why people play Harvest Moon, yet I love Stardew Valley. Like, my thing with Harvest Moon, that I think I don't have a problem with Stardew Valley, is just the simple fact of you never have to actually farm anything in Stardew Valley. Sup, Spot? You see me as the catchphrase dropping kinda dude. Someone told me I always say Gronk, but I don't know about that, Gronk. Oh, whoa. I guess I do say it a lot, Gronk. This isn't even the pirate voice. I don't care. I don't know why. It just comes out. Do I need to freshen up my catchphrase arsenal? Nah, you're good. For real? That's great. I'm so relieved. Just gonna keep on dropping Gronk anytime, anywhere, Gronk. I think I went like... I don't know quite what that accent would be. In my head, it sounded Scottish. But, I know how my voice works. And it probably did not come out that way. Because once again, I know how my voice works. I am a very monotone person. At least comparatively to, like, what I hear in my head. Which I think everyone is, but I feel like I'm a little more extreme onto that. Because, like, I've noticed that, like, even when I'm trying to make my voice sound more, like, soothing, to me, it sounds, like, really calming and that, but actually what people hear is just my voice being normal. It doesn't really change at all. It's like, oh, okay. I'm just monotone, aren't I? I mean, it's probably because of how I forced my voice to change. 'Cause I know I've told the story before, but I'll say it again, partially as a cautionary tale. Like, when I was, you know, growing up, I had hit puberty rather early for a guy. Like, I had hit it at about 8. But it was only really my body that grew. Like, my voice stayed, like, that high-pitched squeaker voice. And I hated it. So I started literally forcing my voice to be deeper in just general conversation. That way, by the time my voice did actually change, I honestly don't know if this is my voice or if this is still me forcing it. Because it became so natural to just force my voice that I legitimately do not know if this is my actual voice or not. And given how monotone I am, I don't think it is. But, like, yeah, that's kind of a thing. If you're young enough watching this and you're young enough that, like, your voice, you know, is going through the process of changing, don't try and force it. Quite honestly, it makes you look silly. I looked very silly when I was doing it. And it also potentially has the outcome of just wrecking your potential voice and turning it into, well, just a monotone, boring voice. And no one wants a boring voice. Like, it's just a thing. No one wants this. But I have it, whether I want it or not, which is great. I think part of why I think that my voice isn't actually, like, how I talk isn't actually what my voice is like, is there's been many points where I've gotten, like, rather excited, and my voice will be completely different. Like, it's a much friendlier, not as, like, scratchy, deep kind of thing. And my voice isn't really all that deep either, but you guys know what I mean. Hopefully, anyway. I say that a lot. That's like my catchphrase, if you guys know what I mean. It's great. Now let's turn the Sunday off. We have candles for light. Which apparently, candles in the corner light up the room as good as a Sunday does. Let's go put this white pawn in the basement. Because I think this is also our first white pawn. I am really building out a chess set. They'll be watching TV together. There we go. I mean, down here I think our only light source is a mushroom. And we have coin. Which does not play the sound as fast as I can push the button. It has a limit. I'm sad it has a limit. But that's actually going to be it for today. So with that, I would like to remind everyone I do have a Patreon, should you wish to throw money at my face. If you don't want to or can't, it's perfectly fine. If you want to take a look, there is a link down below. With that said, I thank you all very much for watching, and I hope to see you again next time for more Animal Crossing City Folk. See you all then.